Okay, so today what we're going to do is we're going to do the inboxes. And what we did, let me show you where we left off last week. So here's our family address book. And then we have both collect and inbox options in the end user's view. So they can go in and say collect if they're doing their family for the very first time. And I'm going to get out of there. We're going to close that. And then we have the inbox. And when I refreshed the last week, that's what came up. We had it set up for phone number. And then this week, we are going to come back over here. So there's a few things. Now you saw how we did phone number. Last week we did phone number. Under settings, we did family phone number. What we want to do is, you see this concatenate field? Oh, let me tell you a secret about the settings spreadsheet. You can put whatever you want in here underneath that first line. I use it for all kinds of cool things. Code that I used, or notes that I needed to take, or yes, just whatever is important to you. This is also a great place to put notes for other Survey123 folks who might be doing, getting your survey and updating them. And you can also add tabs down here. What I would do is I'd probably move it to the end, and I'd probably change the color. So tab color, maybe you want that to be purple. And then when you click off of it, you can see that it's purple. This is also a great place to put like revisions or different things. Something I do over here is I'll take the whole survey questions, the first three items. Like I would just copy all of those and put them into sheet. Let me just do that. Copy, sheet, and you right mouse click, and you can do these values, but you're going to lose those colors. So for me, oops. For me, I would just click here, but you do have to change the names at the top, because otherwise the Survey123 will be looking at this one, and you don't want to do that. And then you could put, like if somebody wants a feature report, or somebody wants a dashboard, all these different things, because all those are going to look different. And you could put things like viewable or editable. Oh, not in feature report. In feature report, you'd probably put something like, X's. Yes, I need this and I need this. Whatever that looks like. In dashboard, you might dashboard, or let's say experience builder, or web app builder. That's easier. And then on this one, I would say view or edit, or whatever that looks like. And if maybe they don't need all of that, maybe they just need things like this, and you could say edit, kind of like that. Because then what happens is you don't have to go look for a file somewhere else when you need somebody to build these for you, or if you need to build them yourself. Something else you could do is dashboard. You might have 3 different clients for the same feature, or the same feature service. You could say, this is, maybe I have Trihydro as one of mine. So I might put their name here. I might say, we have another one, Surf to Snow. And so I might have 2 different dashboards for those. And having it all here makes my life easier. And it also makes other folks' lives easier when we need to create these. And if I don't have time, I can get somebody else to work on those. So keep that in mind when you're working Survey123. It's very flexible, and it's really a cool piece of software, but there are little things that you need to set yourself up for success on most of that. Okay, back to where we were. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. So we already have the collect in the inbox. And then what we want to do is we want to edit what your end user sees. Right now, they can only see the phone number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this piece of information up here. Now, what you're looking at is, this is anything with a $sign in front of it and the curly brackets before and after. Those are your fields you're looking up. So family, last name, head, and address. And so we're looking at family, last name, head of household. Okay, so I copied this over from another one, so I'm going to fix this. head of household needs to go here. And address. And let's see here. Address. Okay, so address is address. That was my test. And family last name. Let me make sure that that's still the same. Family last name is still the same. So what this is going to do is that's what's it's going to make it look pretty for your end user. So I'm going to say save. And I'm going to go look at a few things over here. So we have options. We already have the inbox enabled. We'll do a little query expression in just a few minutes. But for right now, we want to go ahead and just get that so that you can see step by step what we're doing. So we're going to say publish. Say okay. Then we're going to go into that desktop version for us. And since I've already been in it, I need to go download that survey. Download survey. And it's going to show up on the very top, and it's at 912. So that makes sense to me. That'll be really important to you when you're publishing, because sometimes you get in here and it hasn't quite updated yet. So that time is really important. And then we can go into our family, go into inbox, hit refresh, see if I broke anything. Okay, good. This is a good start. So what we've done is Ricadio is the one that I put in the last time. And I guess 444 was probably the address. So what I'm going to do is we can go in here and fix that just so that you can see what that looks like. So Ricadio, head of household, I'm going to put my dad's name, family phone number, city, address. We'll just leave that, and they actually live on Williamson Parkway, which is kind of cool that they did that. We felt really special. Oh, I already put the cities down here, so that's okay. And then I can just tell it to go to the cloud. Send now. And you notice that it disappeared. That's because it sent it up to the cloud. So hit refresh, and now it's updated. So what this does is this lets people go in and update their information if they want to put, their kids and things like that. So now that we know what that looks like, I'm gonna put a where clause in here. Oh, let me see. I have a couple more pieces of information. Things that are important to you. So you see this little bracket right here? That's those long brackets that make things kind of like a pattern interrupter. So this is great when you have your inspectors are going out to, let's say, instead of family last name, we're going to do fire hydrants. And then instead of head of household, maybe we're going to say water. I don't know what fire hydrants, what kind of characteristics they have. Maybe a color, because maybe there's yellow, and maybe there's purple, and maybe there's something else. And then a pattern interrupter would be like that long bracket that says last inspected or something like that. So then when it comes down to your end user, they can see exactly what that looks like. The next thing we want to do is something else you can do. Instead, you can put this, if they're using their phones, especially if they're using their phones, you might want to have a break carriage return that comes down into their phone. So you can come in here and put in \n. Let's see where that's going to be. So I might want to say \n. So what this should do is give us this straight bracket, and then it's going to do the carriage return. It's kind of weird that I put it there, but that's going to be okay. It's going to give us some good information, visual information anyways. Go back into connect. And I broke something. What did I break? I don't think it understood that. So let's go back. Or it didn't like it. Okay, let's see here. I know. And then you just got to talk to your computer. I think this needs to go in here. Let's see, it says right before text, and this is text. So let's see if this works. Save. And that makes sense because it didn't know what to do outside of those quotes. Okay, so now it's working. We love that. Okay, go back into your desktop version of the Field app and go back out. Click your icon at the top, download your survey. And we're looking at 917. That looks great. Oh, did I do it? I don't think I clicked it. Let's see, go. Now we should be good. Now go to your inbox, hit refresh. There you go. So that's that carriage return. And when you have a lot of data, or like I said, if you don't have the real estate and you're on your phone, carriage returns work really nicely. Now I'm going to show you, this is some really cool code. I'm not going to do a whole lot with it, but I do want to show you in case you need it. These are some if statements. So we're also concatenating a few things here. There was some dates, and if the date was less than today, then it would turn red, and that's in your inbox. If the property repair correction date was 7 days, there's this funny amount of code here. If it's within 7 days, then it would turn orange because they needed to go out and get it was insurance dates. So they needed, or this one actually property repair correction dates. So within 7 days, it'd turn orange so they could start putting that on their work order. And then black was just if there was a work order that was taken care of. So that's a really cool piece of code. Now this is how you do the dates. So the 7 at the beginning is that 7 days. The rest of that code, I don't remember what that date is called, a UNICEF or some kind of special code. That's computer code for dates, and that's how it breaks out, like 24 hours, 3,600 minutes, and 1,000. I don't remember. Anyways, you can look that up. It's just kind of cool. You would probably just throw that formula right into Google and it'd probably tell you what it does. Oh, look, I tell you about it right here. So number of seconds in the day. Okay, so that's the calculation for how many seconds are in a day. And then that 7 tells it 7 days. So that's how that all works out. Now we're going to go in and we're going to go figure out how to bring that back into the inbox. So if we go over here to options, there are a few ways that you can trigger things to go back into your inbox. I'm going to copy a piece of code. Family last name equals Williams. We know that Williams is not in there. So if we say publish, now we have to go back out and download that newest survey. Your inspectors, they will probably go out for the day and come back in. And when that happens, if you tell it to update your surveys, this one's not triggered that way, and I'll show you what I mean. But family address book, now that that's brought back in, all that code's going to be there. So you can go to your inbox. Oh, look, it's there. That's because it's still in your computer. Hit the refresh button. Now, all that information is still in the cloud. And that's because it doesn't say Williams. So you can come in here and we can put Ricardio in here. And say publish. You can, there's a lot of code you can put in here. Also, we have a trigger in ours where it says assigned inspector. And what happens is we have a web app builder, or ours is web app builder right now because we want to be able to select a group of points and make those go to one specific inspector. You can't do that in Experience Builder yet. We're hoping by the first parts of next year, before the ISRI conference, that'll be fixed. They're working on it. So right now we use Web App Builder so they can select a group of points, and then they have some editable fields. One is assigned inspector, and they can drop down their inspector's name. On the back end, it's also connected to the user's AGOL account. So when they sign in, it brings that back into their inbox. If that was over your head, it's okay. We can always talk about it offline if you need my help. So this is what I was talking about, required updates. I always turn that on if it's a real survey. Right now, it's not that big of a deal. I don't remember if I published that, so let's go ahead and publish it real quick one more time. I'm going to go in here, wait for it. Okay, go back in here, download survey, and go. This, yeah, that one there. Nope, yeah. And then now when I go into inbox, refresh, and it pulls it back in. Did that make sense to everybody? You kind of getting how that works? Or does anybody have any questions? Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Merry Christmas. Some of you have asked how you could work with me. So I've come up with a few ways that we can work together. First off, if you are a Survey123 Padawan Academy student, I do have a 1 hour block of time for $60. This is done in the mornings between 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I also have a VIP day, which can be between 4 and 8 hours. And those are usually for team setting, corporations, things like that, where you have proprietary data and you can't be in a group setting. I have Padawan Mastermind. So what we're going to do is we're going to work on one complete project. The way that this is going to flow is that I'm going to send you your introductory email. And in that email, it's going to have the Excel file for our homework. I'm going to give you a video that shows you exactly what to do. It's going to be easy. Then what I want to do is meet with you for 30-minute increments throughout the month. And what we're going to do is we're going to build on all of that. I'm going to talk you through where some of those hurdles are. And then we're going to start working through the feature report, because feature reports are sometimes persnickety. And if you've done images and you just can't figure out where those backslashes go, this is for you, because I understand why it's working the way it's working. And it doesn't show you when you export that template quite the way that it wants you to use it. So going forward, you're going to get all of that information for a complete project. We might get into dashboards or Web App Builder or Experience Builder. I hope you join us, because this is going to be worth so much more than just the cost of getting in the door.